and welcome to the Trading Bell. Glad that you have joined us. Now today we're diving into one of the renowned company when it comes to insurance, not just here in Kenya, but even in the region. And we're talking about APA Insurance. Sounds quite familiar? I'm sure probably it does. And I'm here to speak to an amazing gentleman, Ashok Shah, the CEO of APA. Ashok Shah, welcome to the show.
Yeah, thank you, Maina. It's a pleasure to be here.
Excellent, and thank you for hosting me as well. First of all, I want to start by congratulating you on being recognized as Africa's Insurance CEO of the Year 2025. Congratulations on that.
Oh, thank you very much.
Absolutely, and probably we could start on that note and ask you, what do you think made you and APA stand out from your peers, and how does this reflect on your values and cultures that you have fostered here?
Well, firstly, it was a surprise.
Yeah.
It was a surprise because I didn't even know that some of the team had actually entered my name into this year's competition.
Wow.
This was the 10th year of these awards.
Yeah.
And for me, it was really a big surprise, and I would say that it was a very pleasant surprise. Mm-hmm. Because what it does is it recognizes the amount of work that we have put in and what we have created to show that that I am the Africa's CEO.
Yeah.
And actually, what it is that it shows that what we have done in insurance and what we are trying to do is standing out.
Absolutely.
As APA Apollo, in the last since our inception, we have been trailblazers. We covered HIV when nobody wanted to cover it, and when COVID came, we made a decision that we will basically pay the full amount for COVID, for the people who are insured with us and who had COVID. So those are the areas that we took in. But then we also went into the microinsurance area where we were covering pastoralists. For 10 years with Ilri and APA Apollo, we were actually pioneers of the pastoralist insurance cover. And we have done the smallholder covers for smallholder farmers in Kenya. We have covered up to about 2 million of them.
Wow.
So those are the trailblazing things that we have done.
Excellent.
But the other area that we can pride in is that our culture and what we are saying now, ensuring happiness. We want to make sure that anybody who deals with APA Apollo is actually happy with our service, happy with our covers, and be able to go out there and say that we are proud to be associated with APA.
Absolutely, and that's a lot of work, especially in managing such a large number of staff and creating such a culture. Congratulations once again.
Thank you very much.
You know, when I'm sitting here and looking at you, since 1977, that's a rich legacy. And I feel like we should have another conversation on just the ups and the downs that you've had to go through for us to have that. But for today, I just want to ask you a straightforward question. What did you say is a secret? Because this is not just some years, these are decades that we're talking about.
Well, I studied chemistry.
Yes.
And from chemistry, what happened was it was just by chance that I got into insurance because, it was difficult to get a job in chemistry.
Oh, that was your background.
Yes.
Wow.
And so then I was given an opportunity to work with a broker and I started selling insurance. What it is that what I believe is that what I learned in the beginning was that insurance is one of the best problem solutions that you'll find in this world. There's nobody who will be able, there's no better product than insurance.
Absolutely.
So I believe in insurance because you see, when you take out an insurance policy and you paid your first premium, if anything happens to you after having paid that premium, the insurance company has to pay the full amount that you are insured for. They might have received, the cover might be 10 million shillings, you might only have paid 10,000 shillings in premium, but they will have to pay that 10 million shillings. So that is important. So what the reason why APA Apollo is where we are is that what we believe is that we must keep our promise.
Absolutely.
And by keeping the promise and making sure that our insureds are happy, we continue to grow.
You're right.
And recently, I think for the first time, there was a branch survey that has been done. And for the first time, several insurance companies have been included in the top 25 in the branch survey. So what has happened is that APA is one of them. So it shows the success that we have had. We started off small. We've grown over the years. We did the first merger with Pan Africa. And that's where APA was formed, Apollo Pan Africa. And now, the only Pan Africa legacy is with APA. That's number one. Then what happened was, we got Swiss Re to come in as a shareholder. Swiss Re is world's second largest reinsurer. And for them to be willing to put money into Apollo means that they had confidence in us. Then recently what happened was last year we got Hollard to come in as another shareholder. So what has happened is that we have international institutions which believe in us, and they are supporting us. So we can see that there must be some magic, something right that we are doing that is bringing people to support us in different ways.
Absolutely. Yes. Wow, lovely. Thank you so much for summarizing that. One would ask the question, when you look at the insurance penetration in the country, we're still saying we have a very low penetration, single digit actually. I don't know, and I know I didn't prepare you for this. In your own perspective, what do you think is a challenge we need to overcome so that at least we can have Kenyans and even the region appreciate that insurance is there to help?
I think the penetration is low because as insurers, we are only basically going to the market where the people are already insured. We are selling in urban areas. We are selling it to we are selling solutions to motorists, to people who already have a house and already have an insurance because the financier might won't require it. So we are actually going only for the market which is already insured. And then we undercut each other. So to get that business, keep that business in our books, we reduce the premiums or we undercut to get new business. For us, we are looking at how can we increase our penetration in this market, and that's where we come in micro insurance, specifically the cover for farmers and livestock. What we want to do is we want to farmers and the cattle owners and dairy farmers to understand that by insuring their crop or their livestock, they will benefit when there is an event. Now on crop, the cover that we are giving is really climate cover. So what happens is that if we can actually get them to understand and benefit from insurance, we will see that they will now start taking out other covers. And then we will be in the rural areas where the majority of our people live. The premiums will be small, but the penetration will be large. And that's what we are actually want to make sure that we can do that.
Excellent.
And hopefully we will find penetration going from 2.7 to maybe 4.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I love that you even addressed the question I would have wanted to ask you later on about climate change, which is affecting a lot of some of these farmers that you're talking about, and what you have been doing on that. And that's a colorful way of seeing that you're already moving to the farmers and to those people in the rural areas. Let's talk a little bit industry. And you have navigated tough times. And why I'm saying that is because the industry has faced failures. For example, we have companies that have gone down. We had companies by the names of Resolution Health and the likes and all that. And policyholders are worried about insurers' financial health. Yes, and definitely when one of your sisters or brothers has an effect, it definitely can shake the entire industry. So my question to you is, what measures as APA have you put in place to ensure that you will never find yourself even closer there? Because we pride in the brand.
Yes, no, I think it's very, very important. I think one thing that we have is that we are serious players in this business. Our motto is that we must settle the claims. Yeah. If there are a rightful claim, it must be paid. And not only we should not be taking time, we must pay it quickly. But our shareholders insist that we must meet with we must be totally compliant. We must have the right shareholding, and as management, we must make sure that we do not we do not actually become non-compliant in any respect.
Yeah.
So what it is that as APA Apollo, we are basic. Our if you even look at our balance sheet, if you look at our financials, you will see that we have fairly large reserves.
Okay.
And these reserves are there. There's nobody can touch those reserves except when it is to pay the claims.
Okay.
And we do not want to be in any area where any of our clients will say that a claim that was due is not paid.
It's not paid. Yeah.
So unlike our competitors, some of them who have gone down, our financial strength is important, and our shareholder support is also extremely important. But since the inception of APA, since the inception of Apollo in 1977, we have never asked shareholders to put in extra money.
Yeah.
So it can show that we actually are really careful with the way we deal with our finances, and we make sure that we are always solvent.
Wow. That's good, and that's a strong position, especially in terms of growth for your shareholders as well. One of the key things that we have seen in the industry, there's a lot of accountability that is expected, especially when it comes to matters sustainability and all that. And specifically, I want to draw attention to the implementation of IFRS 17, which brings in greater transparency and discipline in pricing and reserve setting. So my question to you is this: are there any particular areas you've had to adjust to reconsider under this new framework, and how you adopted it?
Our first year that we reported under IFRS 17 was the 2023 financial year. And then now second year is the 2024 financial year. What IFRS 17 has done is has brought more discipline in the area. Because one thing that with IFRS 17 that happens is that you have to account, if there is a loss-making business that you are taking, then you have to account for the loss from day one. So with like our motor business, we've had 2 or 3 bad years. So we actually, when we write the premium under motor, we also have to account for the potential losses that are going to come from there. And then also the same thing has happened to health. But what it is that we've already changed a lot of things. Now our health business is back into profitability, and our motor business, we are looking at different aspects of our motor business to make sure that it comes back into full profitability. But the thing about IFRS 17 is that the measurements that we do, and we cannot account for any business that we have underwritten. In the old days, we would just write insurance business and put it down as gross written premium. Nowadays, until the premium is the policy is issued, the premium is received, we cannot account for it.
Absolutely.
So the discipline is much greater. And the other area is that now we rely a lot on our actuarial teams. So we have a strong actuarial team.
Okay.
So the actuaries and the finance teams have actually to collaborate a lot more and exchange a lot more information.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
So let's move on, and the trading belt price itself is looking at also numbers here and there. And I was looking at your books, and you've done tremendously well. In fact, looking at last year, 2024 financial results, it showed profit that jumped 35% to 1.9 billion. It has been a journey. And I just wanted to ask you, to what do you attribute to this growth in a nutshell? I know there could be very many things, but in a nutshell, to what do you attribute to this growth?
Well, I think what it is that we have actually been very focused.
Yeah.
Our teams are making sure that when we start writing the insurance business, and now, particularly now that when there are difficulties that are there,
Yeah.
we would actually price the product properly, have this correct product to give to the marketplace. And also what we've done is that we've become much more price conscious. So when we are now insuring a motor vehicle, we will actually charge a much higher price than our competitors in many cases. And in health business, we have become one of the largest health insurers. But in that area, we also are now using new technology. We are going into AI.
Yeah.
And so our claims are being dealt with by AI system. And what will happen is that we will be able to now make sure that we can control the overpricing, the frauds that come in, and duplicates that come from providers.
Absolutely.
So that is the area. But the main area that we pride is the corporate business that we are doing. And the corporate business is where we obviously make more money.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Wow, lovely. Thank you so much for that. As I've promised, we'll need to have a legacy conversation that is big, because there's a lot to unpack there.
Yes.
Let's talk a little bit on some of the changes that we have seen. One of it is the digital initiatives that we have seen in the insurance sector.
Yes.
I think in the advent of trying to ensure that we are transparent, both as an insurer and even to your clients, there has been adoption of AI-assisted health services, for example, the Oracle NetSuite implementation, just to strengthen your ability to serve your policyholders. And I wanted to ask you, how do you see this technology shaping your future growth, and how are you still ensuring that you're adopting to all this?
Well, one of the things is that what we will find is that if you look around us, and we are talking about the Gen Zs, etc.
Absolutely.
We've come into a digital age.
Yeah.
There's so much being done just on the phone, and if we are not able to support the sales of any solutions, any products through the phone, then we will have a big problem.
Yeah.
What we are doing is that as I said earlier on AI, we already started using AI in our health business for settling looking at our claims and settling the claims with the providers. So that one is taking care, that's changing the way we work in that area. But on the digital side, we are bringing out the happiness app. The happiness app, you can insure your motor vehicle, your health, and also report your claims through the happiness app. Then in our asset management business, we are basically going to be using the digital technology to first open your account, then actually deposit money into your investment account like a money market fund. And at the same time, you will also be able to withdraw from there. So there will be a lot more that we will actually be doing on digital, and we have to be totally digital.
Absolutely.
Because if we are not, we'll be left behind.
You'll be left behind.
Yes.
You're right. And as we come to a close of the conversation, one of the key things is to ask you, which I like asking. Your company is making some good progress when you look at profits and all that. And your policyholders and the people who ensure that you're thriving as well would want to know, is there something else done with those profits by Apollo? And that is now to talk about your CSR activities. I would like you to shed some light on what you're doing, especially on the corporate side of social responsibility initiatives, to touch especially on the society.
Well, I think, giving back to the society is very extremely important. We make money from, insuring people.
Yeah.
And what it is that what we have seen is that there are so many people, needy people out there. But there are 4 areas that we are concentrating on.
Yeah.
One is water. Providing water to communities. Number 2 is working environment.
Yeah.
Number 3 is education. And number 4 is youth.
Yeah.
So since 2006, we have been supporting a school we have been supporting the Runda Youth Association.
Yeah.
And a school there, Chelata School, to help the Runda Youth Association grow the youth's ability to work together. So we are actually financing their sports team.
Yeah.
And they're now in this League 2 they're in the National League, League 2. And we want to make sure that they support there. But they also have the young teams of girls, and they also have a young team of boys.
Yeah.
So those ones we also support. Then in Chelata we provide bursaries for further education, higher education, and a lot of the people who have qualified through Chelata are actually coming to and working within the group.
Excellent.
But the solution that we love and we are growing is our provision of water to communities.
Yeah.
We are building sand dams in Machakos, Makueni, Kajiado, and Kitui. And these sand dams, each sand dam, when we have constructed it, provides water all year round to around about 2,000 people. So we've done about 43 sand dams. That means that we're supporting nearly 100,000 people in those areas. And what it does is that the sand dam changes the environment completely.
Yeah.
First, the people have water all year round.
Yeah.
Secondly, the area where the sand dam has been built becomes totally green. And it also starts, the sand also feeds the water into the water table again.
Yeah.
So that one is something that is incredible, and it's something that we like to continue doing. In fact, our next sand dam, we are going to build it on the 5th of July.
Oh.
And what we do is the sand dam is built not by outsiders, but it is the community that we have provided the money to.
Yeah.
Then our staff, normally about 60 to 80 of us, will go there and help construct that sand dam. So what it is that we want all our staff to be involved and to understand what we are doing and see the difference we will make to those communities.
Lovely.
So really, I think our CSR, we look at other things. We support, people come to us for other support as well. So we normally do support them.
Excellent.
But these are the 4 areas: environment, water, youth, and education, where we basically want to concentrate on.
Wow. Ashok, I can't end without asking you one question. After all these years, what keeps you going?
I think insurance is something that is unique, as I said earlier on.
Yeah.
But now I see that the teams that we have built up, the young people that we are building and growing in this profession, are also changing a lot of things. So for me, the success of APA Apollo, the staff
Yeah.
that we have created. And there are so many people out there in different insurance companies who started their first job in Apollo. Some of them are, many of them are CEOs in other companies.
Wow.
They've done well. Others, there are others who have gone actually overseas and are CEOs in those companies as well. So we have actually created perhaps many professionals, but the thing that keeps me going is that insurance is something that no other industry can provide.
Yeah.
And but for me, I think it's sort of I should be now starting to slow down. And when I slow down, I hope that we will have another 50 years.
Excellent.
Of people growing the brand.
Wow. Thank you so much for your time, Ashok.
Thank you very much.
Excellent. There you have it. What a legacy. What a legacy to celebrate. And of course, to congratulate him for being named the Africa Insurance CEO of the Year 2025. That is the Group CEO, Ashok Shah, right here at AP Apollo. I leave you now with the market.